The fuck is Justin TV? It's the website you're on right now. This was Justin TV. Got rebranded as Twitch and then bought by Amazon. Oh, you were old. No, like real old. Oh, no, no, no. I was gonna watch it tonight, Andrew. Yeah, here. Let me throw that puppy on. Let me take a peek. Tell me what parts you worked on here for the trailer. That way I can give a special appreciation for the work.
This world is beyond cruelty.
I already know you worked on this, right? I believe you do a lot of the ships, right? If I remember correctly. No, not this one. Oh, okay.
You've been fighting the Harkonnens for decades. My family's been fighting them for centuries. They were massacred. Alongside my father.
Your father didn't believe in revenge. We believe in Fremen.
Let me fight beside you.
Reload!
There wasn't a whole lot of passion behind that reload there.
I got that.
Gotta take some notes out of old school Call of Duty 2 for that shit. Shouting reload every 3 seconds.
I'm fighting for my people.
You young pup.
Do you believe in Paul?
There are signs.
He's Reset Fox.
The prophet. Why is that a bad thing? Use it.
Because all my visions lead to horror.
Because you lose control.
Because I gain it.
I already know that knife scene's at the very end of the movie. No doubt in my mind.
Paul Atreides is still alive.
Deal with this prophet.
Show me who you are.
No, the first Dune movie I thought was great. I really enjoyed it. So I'm looking forward to this.
Was a weak man.
And Christopher Walken's here, like what more could you want?
Look who's back from the dead.
I will do what must be done.
We gave them something to hope for.
That's not hope!
I will love you as long as I breathe.
I will say one thing though. I feel like relationships in movies move so fucking fast. In a show you have so much time to develop it, but in a movie you only have like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. It feels so quick. So going from Dune 1 to this where it's like, I will literally love you till the fucking heat death of the universe type shit, just feels so jarring. And it's not like the movie's fault, it's just something in the medium I've always noticed doesn't really hit as hard as it does in a movie. Or, sorry, in a show.
This prophecy is how they enslave us!
It's not a prophecy. It's a story.
I don't care what you believe. I believe. I am Paul Atreides, Duke of Arrakis.
I mean, it looks great.
He who can destroy a thing has the real control of it.
Poor Tom Holland. Yeah, I mean, Tom Holland's in a show right now called Crowded Room, and he kisses other women. So, I mean, that door's swinging both ways. He's also kissing women in his productions. Thanks to the resub Crease and David in the Bits Muffin. It is Muffin, yeah. And the resub Cheese. Zendaya also getting double teamed in that Challengers show. True, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that one's infinitely more rough. They're acting. It doesn't make it less uncomfortable, though. It takes a special strong soul to be like, it's alright. I know it's just acting. I fucking know it's acting. Those two men kissing your neck and literally spit roasting you. I get it. I get it. It's gonna be a great movie. I love tennis. Thanks to the Bits Peanut and Arrow. Did you know the Challengers show is made by the guy who did the Potion Seller memes? I did know that, actually, and it made me go back and binge the Potion Seller memes. What show is Holland in where he's kissing women? It's called Crowded Room. Which is actually kind of a... So, I'm still watching that with Tiana. Like, I don't think the show's awful. I know most people are shitting on it, like it's getting terrible reviews and everyone's calling it super boring. I think the show's fine. It's not like great or anything. But I decided to look up the actual story it's based on, and it's so foul. So basically, in a nutshell, like, this isn't a spoiler, this is what the show is billed as. It is following the story of a guy with dissociative identity disorder, and it's about, like, a crime that he committed and exploring the lens of how it got there through these different personalities. Kind of like Split, in a way. And it's based on a real story called, a book about a real story called, like, Mines of Milligan or something. Let me double check real quick. The real person's name is Billy Milligan, and it's called The Mines of Billy Milligan. And Billy Milligan was a serial rapist who got away with the crimes because they were able to argue that it wasn't Billy Milligan committing the crimes, it was one of his personalities that was the criminal, fundamentally. And Billy Milligan, like the real guy, was constantly abused by his father. Like sexually abused by his father, which caused the dissociative identity disorder, and eventually it led to him, well, also being accused of killing two people. Like, two murders that haven't fully been proven, but a series of rapes that he was proven to be behind. And they were able to argue that he was insane, basically, because of these personalities. And in the show, Tom Holland's character is supposed to be Billy Milligan, but they changed the name. And knowing that it's based on, or at least loosely based on this real story, it's like, holy shit, like this show's making you try and feel sympathetic to this character, but the real guy it's based on is a fucking rapist. Like, even with the dissociative identity disorder, I still think it's fucking foul to, like, downplay all the rape and stuff? And the murder? Thanks to Resub Stoop. In the show, he's not a rapist. In the show, the crime is not rape. It's something completely different. I won't spoil it. But it's not that. Because it'd be a really hard sell to make you try and feel sympathetic for a fucking rapist. Thanks to 5 gift subs, cool. It's called The Crowded Room. It's Tom Holland's newest show. Like I said, like, we were watching it and I didn't know the true story. And I thought the show was fine. I also didn't realize everyone hated it. Everyone's calling it, like, boring and bad. I really didn't think it was bad. Like, it's a fine show. It's not, like, the best show, but it's interesting. And I got curious after the last episode, so I, like, Googled, like, what it's based on. And I was, like, actually kind of, like, upset. I was like, this is a really weird thing to make a show out of and, like, make the character not bad. They did it with Jeffrey Dahmer where they made him sympathetic. I didn't watch the Dahmer show, so I can't opine there. But then as I looked more into it, apparently James Cameron was also going to make a movie or a show based on the Billy Milligan story, the real guy, but got sued by Billy Milligan. I don't remember what the grounds of the lawsuit was though. But it's such a wild story. I don't know why they're so drawn to telling the story of like a rapist and the mental disorder. Billy was one of the first to be sent to a mental institution instead of a jail because of the insanity plea. Oh, was he one of the first? He's a tier 1 sticky. Have you seen Silo? No, I've never even heard of that. Thanks for the resubs in. Are you planning on watching Dead City? First I've heard of it, so no. I mean, if it seems good, sure. Do you think dissociative identity disorder is a real thing? I've heard that it's pretty contested topic among medical professionals. So I'm clearly not a fucking medical professional here. I'm not a psychologist. But when I was reading about this story, it seems like there was a lot of people that contested this ruling, claiming that the psychologist was really kind of like leading Billy Milligan down this road, and the psychologist was willing to accept everything in order to make this case, in order to make this like a phenomena. So I don't know, because it's such a hard thing to prove the legitimacy of, right? Like it's so hard to do that, and they successfully did it with Billy Milligan. Thanks for resub, Pappy. Which disorder? The multiple personality disorder, like the dissociative identity kind of stuff. Thanks to the resub. This is a drag. Not the same thing. Well, no, I'm just putting them together here because of the all of the stuff I was reading about the Billy Milligan case. His is multiple personality disorder. How did we get here? Oh, we were talking about Tom Holland getting cucked by Zendaya for the tennis show where she's getting tag teamed and then kissing Timothy. And then I was like, well, no, but Tom Holland also kisses women in this show. And that's how we got here. He's a resub Argent. When can we expect new Gentleman music? Working on the EP right now, actually. It's pretty close to finished. So, should be out within the next couple months. It'll be 6 tracks. Yeah, that's what I've heard as well, Jay. I've read that too. These are tier 1 fools. Have you seen the AI Jesus on Twitch? Mm-mm. Can't say I have. Is it true you're collabing with XQC? Yeah, so for the speedrunning competition, we're gonna make it bigger. But I still need to find a good target for it, which I've been actively trying to do for a while, but there hasn't been one that's been like perfect yet. So I'm still looking for the right fit. I enjoyed watching Redguard, but I know most of the runners really didn't like running that one, so it needs to be one that's fun to watch, but also fun to run. Like Exodus from the Earth, I think, drew a good balance. Like, it was... Most of the runners were still pretty frustrated by the jankiness, but overall that was still better than Redguard, I think, from a runner experience. So I'm just trying to find the right one. Can't be Gollum. Gollum's a $50 game. It's got to be a cheap game. Not going to make people spend that much money on that.